Hi, I'm Gruff, a cute little bear girl with the voice of a cartoon uncle, and I am happy today. Why? Because Alex finally arrived on Street Fighter 6. Now, I was never an Alex main, but I always liked the character. A surly wrestler who's the Hulk Hogan to Andore's Andre? How could I not like him? And he looked so cool in the new trailers. I can't wait to play as him. Okay, let's check on Twitter. Let's see what people are talking about. Oh no. So yeah, there has been a controversy about Alex after his release. Specifically that he married Patricia, the girl he was raised with. Just another weekday on Elon Musk's social network. Okay, let's dissect this thing. So, who is Alex? What's the story behind this hunky slab of blondness? He is a pro wrestler and the main hero of Street Fighter 3. He lost his parents at a very young age and was raised by Tom, a professional Jean Reno lookalike. Tom took Alex in and sheltered, fed, he really fed this boy considering how big he grew up to be, and taught him all the secrets of kicking names and taking ass. Tom also had a daughter, Patricia, who was raised alongside Alex. They grew up together, and now that they are adults, they got married and are expecting a child. Yep, that's it. That's the source of all the rage on Twitter right now.
You're not telling the whole story! Alex and Patricia are cousins who are brother and sister, and he's much older, and that's incestual grooming!
Oh yeah, that's what people were angry about. So let's talk about it. Okay, people were mad because Alex and Patricia are cousins. So that makes them basically the Jaime and Cersei Lannister of gaming, right? Not quite. They are cousins, yes, but with 2 degrees of separation. Tom was Alex's mom's cousin, which makes him and Patricia second-degree cousins. They are far apart enough in the bloodline that there is not a single banjo playing in the background when they meet. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but I did a quick research. You know, when you use the internet for learning instead of just corn and getting angry at strangers. And I found out that marriage between second-degree cousins is legal on pretty much the entire planet. Where the law has a problem, mostly, is with first-degree cousins because of the genetic proximity that might generate kids that look like the tyrant or a Reddit moderator. But second-degree? Go dip your hot dog in your cousin's mustard as much as you want and be happy. Alex and Patricia are second-degree cousins, and the law is A-OK with it.
But they were raised as brother and sister!
But they are not brother and sister. Even if they grew up loving each other as siblings, that could have changed as they aged. You know, people change as they get older. Feelings can change too. Human relations are not black and white and can morph in the most unexpected ways as you mature. You'd know that if you spent more time around people and less time in furry communities on Discord.
But that's immoral!
There are a lot of immoral characters in Street Fighter. Claw, who is a psychotic killer and possible rapist, Dictator, who is a war criminal, terrorist, and who loves to enslave young girls, Gen, who is a merciless professional assassin. Do you have a problem with those two?
Oh, but those are villains! They are not meant to represent anything good, unlike Alex!
My point is, those characters are all morally reprehensible, but you understand they are not real, and you can separate reality from fiction enough so you can enjoy playing as them. The same can be applied to Alex, and last I heard, marrying your second-degree cousin is far less bad than being a rapist or a mass murderer. Also, as I previously pointed out, not illegal in pretty much the entire planet, while killing and raping, well, If you have no problem with Claw's crimes, but do have one with Alex's marriage to Patricia, that says more about you than the characters. Now, I want to talk about the other allegations, specifically the pedophilia and grooming. People are calling Alex a PDF file because Patricia was a teenager when she showed up in his Street Fighter 3 endings. So, if she was a teenager back then, she must still be one because, women stop aging after a while and remain children forever. Except, no. Time has passed. Patricia has grown up and is now an adult. The proof is in the pudding. In the Chun-Li. In the Li Fan. Li Fan is Chun-Li's adoptive daughter, even if our Chinese muse acts as if they are sisters because acting like a mom would imply she's old and she can't have that. Anyway, Li Fan was a little girl in Street Fighter 3 and Street Fighter 5 and is in her mid to late teens now. So it's safe to assume that at least a good half a decade passed since the events of that game. If Patricia was a teenager in Street Fighter 3, it's safe to assume she's a young adult now and completely legal to be married.
But Alex is a groomer. He's much older than her. He held her when she was a baby.
Okay, now we get to the crux of the problem. This image right here, Alex holding Patricia as a baby, when he was a small boy. Now, the characters' ages are never officially revealed in Street Fighter. Capcom does that so the characters don't age in real time and they can keep using them indefinitely. According to their original birth dates, Chun-Li and Cammy are both in their 50s now. And while we do love our Street Fighter hags here, Capcom has retconned that, because 20 years from now, there would be a problem in having some 70-year-old ladies getting pummeled into the ground by some young hunk of a man new to the franchise. Or not. I know some of you would love to see that.
Degenerates like you belong on a cross.
Anyways, we don't have the official ages of either Alex or Patricia, but it's safe to assume he's not much older than her, maybe some 5 years or so. From the way people are calling him a groomer, you'd think he was in his 30s when Patricia was a baby, but no, he was probably still watching Sesame Street while thinking of pile-driving Elmo, that f***er. And even if Alex was 20 years older than Patricia, there would be no problem because she is a legal adult. Let's have some common sense here. Capcom wouldn't have an underage girl show up married and pregnant in their most popular franchise. Since Patricia is an adult, she can work, own a home, vote, enlist in the army if she wants to, drive, drink, smoke, start a business. She can pretty much do anything she wants. But she can't choose to marry an older man? You realize how gosh darn sexist that sounds?
But he looks so much older than her, it's problematic.
You're willing to die on that hill, aren't you? Well, you know that people don't always look their ages, right? The actors portraying the Mountain and that mystical twink from Game of Thrones have the exact same age in real life. They were both in their mid-20s when they were shooting the show. Alex is probably in his early to mid-20s, but looks older because of his size and demeanor, while Patricia, who is a petite and sweet woman, looks younger. So, calling a relationship pedophilic because people don't look their ages is a level of crazy no one should dabble in.
Oh, but Alex calls Tom his father in-game, so he sees him as a father, so Patricia is his sister, so he banged his sister. Touché, where is your non-existent god now?
Tell me you never loved anyone without telling me you never loved anyone. Yes, Alex does say that, but in a moment where he's explaining how much Tom means to him. The guy took him in after his parents died, gave him a home, a family, trained him, found him work as a wrestler. Tom is his rock, the guy without whom Alex would have been nothing. When he says Tom is his father, and I can't believe I need to explain this, he doesn't mean it literally, but as This guy means to me more than I can express in words, and calling him father is the only way I can ever come close to conveying how much I love him. If you have a reading comprehension above that of a 5th grader, you can understand this. So here's my conclusion. There is no incest, there is no grooming, there is no PDF philia. People are just going crazy online, as they always do, because they need to find something to satisfy their impotent rage with. When Sagat was about to be released, people were calling his pairings against Lily problematic because of the size difference. Now it's Alex with all of this baloney about Patricia. When Ingrid arrives, they will find something new to complain about her too. But before I go, I want to address something. There is this rumor that people online are mad about Alex only because they wanted him to be gay and that in his ending he and Ryu would get together. I mean, this cannot be true. Nobody's shipping those two and oh my god! Oh no. So, yeah. The more I've read into it, the more I looked up on Twitter. And the more I looked up on Twitter, the more I found people who had cannoned Alex as gay and tasting Ryu's soybeans. People who are now furious that their little fanfic has been ruined, so they want to ruin the character for everybody else. It's the old sing and dance. Terminally online people who became tourist fans of media during the lockdowns that never really consume anime or games beyond what's popular, if they ever consume it at all, and that demand those things cater to them and them exclusively. If it doesn't, they go scorched earth on it. Nothing new under the sun. What pisses me off right now is that there are some big FGC streamers and YouTubers, I won't name names, you guys know who I'm talking about, that are going with the crazies flow, and while not openly condemning Capcom's choices, are not telling crazies to go suck on a peach eater. And I see that as a problem. You never validate the crazies. Especially because a lot of the people calling Alex and Patricia's relationship problematic are the ones who share the most perverted crap online. If Patricia was a young boy, you can bet they would have no problem at all with Alex right now and would call anyone who did an ist and a phobe. As Morty wisely said once,
"Your booze mean nothing, I've seen what makes you cheer."
Now I want to hear from you guys. Where do you stand on this matter? Are you okay with Alex being a cousin banger, or do you believe that this has ruined Street Fighter forever? Let me know in the comments. So this is it for today. I'll see you again very soon. Until then, take care of yourselves and everyone you love. Cheers!